Well, we're 60 days into Donald Trump's second presidency, and at the moment we have survived. However, it has been challenging. And in this breaking story, you're going to see on a micro rather than a macro level how we, the people, are going about altering Donald Trump's future as president. And also something that matters to him greatly, which is his legacy. Yes, we have to, at the Supreme Court level and the federal court level, do every single thing we can to keep this man from trying to tear down this democracy. And yet, what actual actions are Americans going to take that truly affect Trump as he goes along in this presidency? And in this breaking story, one of the things you're going to see starts in his home state, because at its core, he may be down in Mar-a-Lago, but Donald Trump is a New Yorker. And how do New Yorkers feel, and what are they going to do? Because Donald Trump is run by ego and attention and applause. And take a listen to what New Yorkers think of Trump at this point.
And that's why you see the protests rising up so fast, because people are in shock. They're in shock that the government is trying to do this to them.
So how do his fellow New Yorkers feel about Trump 2.0 in the White House? They're weighing in on your point. The election's over. How are you feeling right now?
Incredibly depressed.
Traumatized.
Awful.
Pretty terrible.
No comment.
Some shit like that, man. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I think Donald Trump is one of the most dangerous things in politics today.
Do it my way. Do it my way. My. We don't need that.
Yeah, I just don't see him being a very good president. I mean, you don't want him controlling nuclear weapons and all that stuff.
I think it's a tragic development for the United States that he is in any way accepted as part of the political mainstream.
Heartbroken, astonished, extremely unhappy. Everybody I know feels the same way.
I'm so disgusted with my countrymen. I can't believe he won. And not only that, I can't believe he won by a margin of, 5 million in the popular vote? I mean, that's ridiculous. There's something wrong with this country.
I said, I don't know nothing about him. I just know he's racist.
I know a few kids who want to vote for him as a joke.
So what do you think the election was about?
Racism and misogyny.
And if this doesn't work out for him, he'll do something else. Maybe he'll run for king next time.
So there's some basic thoughts from New Yorkers, but then you have to put things into action. You have to actually do legal things that are going to make a clear point to Donald Trump. And in this breaking story, how about renaming something and taking his name away from something? It may seem small, but that's the kind of thing that makes Trump nuts. Here is the story. Take a listen. Breaking. Over 100,000 New Yorkers just signed a petition asking New York State Legislature and Governor to remove Trump's name from New York Park. Rename Donald J. Trump State Park. Donald J. Trump State Park carries a name that does not represent our values as a community, and yet a New York State Park carries the name of a man whose actions have deeply divided our nation, who incited a deadly insurrection to try and overturn a democratic election, who continues to promote lies and profit off of it, and whose tarnished legacy has left a dark mark in our history. Join us in supporting the call to rename Trump Park and make a positive change for our future. Pictured is the entrance of Donald Trump State Park in New York. Why is it important? The name Donald J. Trump on a state park is a constant reminder of a presidency stained by controversy and division. The former president's involvement in inciting the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th and his subsequent impeachment tarnished the dignity of the office. We deserve a park name that reflects unity, progress, and inclusivity. Donald Trump donated the land in 2006 with the promise that it would bear his name, but times have changed. With criminal charges against him, it's clear that honoring his name is no longer appropriate. Renaming the park is an opportunity to send a powerful message about our values and the kind of future we want to create. We need a park name that represents the best of our community, embraces the principles of democracy, justice, and respect for all. Sign this petition to support the renaming of Trump Park and usher in a new beginning that we can all be proud of. Yes, most of the time in America, we have spent our efforts for people that we revere or honor in putting their name on something. It is pretty rare when we take their name off of it. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to Donald J. Trump, do I think there'll ever be a Trump library? Probably not. If there is, I don't know what's going to be in it because he doesn't read. But when you're a hometown boy, and Trump is, and you have a place in Manhattan called Trump Tower, and yet all of a sudden land you donated that has your name on it, people want it removed. It sounds like a small action, but we do have the common quote we all know, the meek shall inherit the earth. Well, this is the time for we the people to stand up to the 0.1% that's trying to take over this country. And if it's renaming a park or any other action like that, let's go. Let's get it done, because every single chink in the armor is David taking Goliath down. You guys keep smiling, keep breathing, stay frosty.